Hello, grade 9. Yesterday we started with the lesson 3, cell membrane from chapter 3. And before we continue the lesson, just let us make a revision about what we learned. We learned about the cell membrane, and it is a barrier that separates cell from external environment. So the cell membrane has two major functions. It forms a boundary between inside and outside of the cell, and it controls passage of materials that go through the cell membrane from inside to outside. Now, the cell membrane composed of two phospholipid layers, as you see here. Each layer has a heads and tails. We say that head is polar and tails are non-polar. So, as a result, because the membrane touches the cytoplasm inside the cell and the watery fluid outside the cell, the properties of polar heads and non-polar tails cause the phospholipids to arrange themselves in layers like a sandwich. As you see here, they are arranging themselves like a sandwich. There are also other molecules that embedded in the membrane, which are, first you can see here, cholesterol chains. The function of cholesterol chains is to strengthen the cell membrane. Also we have proteins, and these proteins have function in passaging of large molecules or of some polar molecules. Also we have, the cell membrane has a carbohydrate chain. They act as signal detectors, okay? They act like tags to detect signals, and this help in the communication between cells. Alright, now the structure of the cell membrane was described as a fluid mosaic model, and the fluid mosaic model gets its name because of two reasons or two characteristics. The first one, cell membrane is called fluid because it's flexible, not rigid, and the phospholipids in each layer can move from side to side. Second, they call it mosaic because the variety of molecules studying the membrane is similar to arrangement of colorful tiles with different textures and patterns that make a dynamic mosaic. As you see here, these like patterns or shapes that make nice tiles looking, mosaic, like mosaic. Alright. Okay, today we continued our lesson, and we were talking about a property that the cell membrane has, which is the selective permeability, or cell membrane, we can say cell membrane is selectively permeable. And also there is another term which has the same meaning, which is semi-permeable. Now, permeable is the ability to let things pass through it, okay? And the cell membrane is permeable. There are materials that can cross or pass through it, but in a selective way. Yani some molecules can cross the membrane while others cannot. Because of this, it has this property, which is selectively permeable or semi-permeable, okay? Now, so selective permeability, why it is important? Because it enables a cell to maintain homeostasis. And what is homeostasis? Homeostasis is keeping the internal condition of the body normal in spite of unpredictable changing conditions outside the cell. Okay, always if the body is normal and everything is working normally inside your body, then it will maintain homeostasis. Alright, so selective permeability enables a cell to maintain homeostasis because a cell needs to maintain certain conditions to carry out its function. If the cell maintains homeostasis, it can carry out its function properly, and it must control the import and export of certain molecules and ions. Alright, so we finished till here and we'll continue next time. Take care, guys.